Turkey. Feels like multiple countries rolled into one. Seriously. One moment you're wandering ancient Roman ruins, the next you're sipping tea in a cozy mountain village, and by dinner, you're on the coast eating seafood that could rival Greece. Today, I'm going to show you why Turkey is basically a world in itself, and what every first-time traveler needs to know. Before we take a quick trip round Turkey, take a sip of your favorite drink and click subscribe. 1. Geography that changes everything. First off, geography. Turkey sits at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and even the Caucasus. And you feel it. Each region is almost like its own country. Istanbul equals a modern European city with Middle Eastern flair. The Aegean coast equals Greek-style beaches and olive groves. Cappadocia equals lunar landscapes and fairy chimneys that look like another planet. The Black Sea equals green mountains, tea plantations, and heavy rain. Eastern Anatolia equals rugged, dramatic, and full of history. Fun fact, just a 1-hour flight can feel like you've crossed continents culturally, not just geographically. 2. History that will blow your mind. Turkey has hosted more empires than most countries can name. Hittites, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Seljuks, Ottomans, and the list goes on. Walking around Turkey, you'll see Roman theaters next to mosques, Byzantine churches that became Ottoman landmarks, ancient ruins casually sitting next to modern cafes. Fun fact, Istanbul is the only city in the world built on 2 continents. How cool is that? 3. Food that changes every 200 kilometers. Turkish food is everything, and it changes dramatically depending on where you are. Istanbul equals basically everything, from street food to fine dining. Gaziantep equals spicy kebabs and pistachio heaven, UNESCO-listed cuisine. Aegean coast equals olive oil dishes and fresh seafood. Black Sea equals cornbread and anchovies, hamsi. Central Anatolia equals manti, the Turkish version of dumplings. Pro tip, Turkish breakfast is not a snack. It's a full-on feast. Cheese, olives, eggs, honey, bread, jams, and endless tea. Fun fact, Turkish ice cream, dondurma, is stretchy and chewy, and the vendors will playfully tease you before giving it to you. 4. Traditions and cultural shocks. Turkey balances modern life and tradition like nowhere else. Expect to see calls to prayer echoing over nightlife districts, women in mini-skirts next to women in hijabs, deep respect for elders and overwhelming hospitality. And if someone invites you for tea, don't just sip it. This is connection, conversation, and possibly food until you're full. Fun fact, you'll see the evil eye, or nazar, everywhere. From houses to babies. Even people who don't believe still use it. 5. First-time travel tips and hacks. Some cultural shocks first-timers face. People staring out of curiosity. Loud, expressive conversations. Cats and dogs roaming the streets freely. Travel hacks. Use public transport in Istanbul. Faster than taxis. Carry cash for small shops and taxis. Bargaining is expected in bazaars, not malls. Bring modest clothing for mosques. Scarves are usually provided. And the best part? Turkey gives luxury experiences at mid-range prices compared to Europe. Six. Unique experiences. You can only do these in Turkey. Sunrise hot air balloons over Cappadocia. A traditional Turkish bath. Hammam. A ferry ride between Europe and Asia for under $1. Street food at 3 a.m. with locals. Watching sunset with tea instead of wine. And if you stay in unique accommodations, like cave hotels, Ottoman mansions, or beachside villas, you'll sleep somewhere literally built into history. Why you'll fall in love. Most first-time travelers leave Turkey saying, "I didn't expect this much variety. I need to come back." Why isn't Turkey talked about more? Turkey isn't just a destination. It's many cultures, climates, and centuries living together. So if this is your first trip, come curious, hungry, and ready to be surprised. Because when you visit Turkey, you're basically traveling to several countries at once. Let us know what surprised you the most in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more travel videos.